Okay, I just recorded that entire thing in time lapse. Oh my god. I have to go through it all again. Okay, here we go. Hi, this is Dean from Swell Soaps. In today's video, I'm going to show you something a little different. You probably didn't even see the first one because I haven't edited it yet. But this is actually my soap slab that I made. Originally, this part here came off and the soap could simply just slide out. You've probably seen it in a few of my videos. My issue with this is that I had to continually redo the paper. That is just... making the paper every time I wanted to do a slab is killing me. So what I've done is I've filled in all the gaps. I've covered this in resin and then I've sanded it back and then I've covered it in resin again so it's nice and smooth. You can see it's all glistening except for the inside. So what am I going to do with this, you're asking? Okay, so I'm going to pour silicone over the top of this. This is the mold, and I'm creating a sleeve that will go right around it and about 5 mils on each side. It's been racking my brain, how are you going to do this? You could get some more wood, but me cutting wood is not the best option because I'm not a carpenter. So how am I going to make a sleeve? That's where the Lego. Yeah, look at this, is horrible. This is my attempt at making a mold insert. So when I pour over the top of the wood, it's going to drip down onto all the sides and right to the bottom. To give you an idea, just under 11 centimeters tall. So how this is going to work is I'm going to actually stick this down with hot glue right around the edges to the table. So this table is what they use to make kitchen cupboards. So it's nice and smooth and the glue will just come straight off. But it will hold the wood down enough for me to pour in over the top. Then I'll put this over the top of that. So this will be the outside framework. And the framework is actually taller than the actual mold itself by about 2 centimeters. So if I can get in about 5 mils over the top of this, I'd be really happy. I still don't know how much I'm going to use. I'm probably just going to mix about 500 grams at a time, and if I need more, then I'll make more. So that's it. This has actually taken me a good week to do because I'm so terrible at this. All right, so let's get started and glue this down. All right, so I'm just going to draw a line on the table of all the edges. So basically I can only go 5 mil outside that, and that's where I have to pour. So there's a couple of things that need to be considered when making this. You can see that all these little bits are Lego, and I'm trying to get you in really close. Right in there is a gap. It's probably only about 1 mil, but it's enough for liquid to pour through. And silicone is a liquid. So if I just poured the silicone over the top, it would probably seep through all these little tiny holes and it would just come out. So I've got to seal them, and to do that I'm going to tape them up with sticky tape. Okay, piece of sticky tape. I want it to fold over both ends, but I also want it to be flat. Just here to here is sticky taped. I've got to do the whole thing. So I'll be back in a minute. So I've got all this taped up now, right around on the inside. And I've noticed on camera it looks fine, but I'm actually in a very dark room right now. It's very hot, so I'm going to wait until the morning to finish this off where it's light. There's lots of airflow. Because one of the things that I'm going to be working with is silicone, and silicone tends to smell a lot. It's a very chemical smell, and I don't want it in the house while I'm sleeping. So I'll do it tomorrow morning, and then I'll go out for the day, and the whole place will be freshened up by the time I get back. Okay, so it's the next morning where I've got a little bit more light to work with, and I can open up the doors once I start pouring the silicone in. So what I'm going to do is use my hot glue gun, and I'm going to glue this down to the table and let it set. Okay, so I'm going to let that set just for a few minutes, probably about 20 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and put the Lego, it's all taped up now. I'm going to put this over the top and then glue that down, and then I can pour in my silicone. Okay, so I've lined this up perfectly, the Lego, around the edge. So I've got a 5mm gap right around, and it's taken a little bit because I've had to like literally move 1mm each way. I've now drawn a line right around it, so if it does slip, then I know where I am. And I'm just about to use the hot glue and go right around the edge. That way it will secure it in place so it won't move when I pour the silicone in over the top of this. So this one's secure, and I'm just about to secure this to the table. Okay, so what I've done initially is just put 4 dobs, one on each side, just so I can secure this down. I'm doing this so that the Lego doesn't move off the table, because if I just started going around, it may move slightly. This way, once these set, then it won't move at all, and I can simply just go right around the edge a few times. So I'll be back in just a minute when that sets. Okay, that's set up now, and I'm going to put the rest of the glue in. Okay, so I finished gluing right around the edge. I'm just going to wait until that completely sets up. I'll be mixing up my silicone in just a few minutes, and then I'm going to pour it in over the top. And hopefully by tomorrow, I'll have a silicone sleeve. Okay, so I've got some mica in this tiny little jar, which I'm going to put the catalyst in. So the catalyst for this particular silicone is 3%. So I'm going to start off using around about 500 grams of silicone. So I'm going to need 15 mils of catalyst. And I'm going to add it straight into this container so it turns blue. And the reason why is because the silicone is white. So I won't know if all the catalyst is actually blended into the silicone unless it's blue. Mix all that up, and when you do this, make sure that you've got safety protection on. I've got a mask nearby, but I'm going to try and talk as much as I possibly can through this process so you understand what I'm doing. And I want to make sure that all of this mica is completely turned to liquid, so there's no little tiny particles, because they'll actually get stuck in the silicone and you'll be able to see them, just like you do in the soap. So you want to stir it in really well. Okay, I'm just going to put that aside. You can also see down here that I've got a donut mold. Just in case I've got excess amount of silicone, I'll make a donut mold so it doesn't go to waste. Okay, so this is the silicone that I use. I've been buying this for quite some time. I've made all my molds with it. It's perfect. If you're in Australia, you can find this seller on eBay. And I'll put a link in the description below to the actual product that I use, because there's a number of them. There's like food grade ones, and this one's actually for fishing lures, but it works perfectly fine for soap and candles and all sorts of stuff. Otherwise, you can buy the equivalency on Amazon, and I'll put a link to those in the description below as well. Okay, so that is exactly 500 grams. So this is as easy as it gets. Make sure that your mica and your catalyst is completely mixed. You can use whatever color you want when you're using this product. They also supply some colors as well. I chose to use my own. I like to choose the color. And then we simply just dip it in. Make sure you get all of it. Okay, so this starts working as soon as it hits. So you've got to mix it in really well, but you have a short period of time, probably I would say 10 minutes, and then it starts to get thicker on you. So you really want to mix it in quite well, but don't try and do it too vigorously because you'll end up with a lot of bubbles, and that will be bad. You also want to get all the silicone off the sides, but make sure that you use something that is strong, that can mix up the silicone, and you want to make sure that you get off the sides and off the bottom as well. And if you look on the sides, see, like you can see down here, that's white. So that part is not actually had any catalyst touch it at all, and therefore it's not going to work. It's just going to turn to liquid once you pull it out of the mold. So you want to get all of that mixed up. And I'm still seeing a little bit of white here and there, so I'll keep mixing. Now, if you're using a product from Amazon, I don't know how to use those. I'm sorry, I've never used a product like this from Amazon. I've only used this product because it worked, and I'll keep using it. But there are videos online that you can watch for the Amazon products. So make sure you check them out and do your research and find out which one suits you the best, because there's not just one silicone rubber. There's like lots of different types for different types of jobs, whether it's soft silicone or solid silicone, food grade silicone. You got to find the one that works for you and for the job that you're doing. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. It all looks very mixed in. Just going to check the sides. See how there's no white. I'm checking the bottom. There's a bit on the bottom that's no, it's gone. Good. Okay, so we're all mixed in. We're ready to pour. So you can see that there is a lot of bubbles in this. So what I'm going to do is pour really slowly into a corner and then just let it work its way out. And I'm pouring from a height, so you can't see it, I'm sorry, but you'll see it come down. There we go, there's the first. So I'm just letting it find its own way down the edges. But while I'm doing this, all the bubbles are getting popped along the way because it's coming down as a string. If it came down as clumps, then the bubbles would be inside. So I'm just gonna speed it up a little tiny bit now that I've got a nice flow going. And I don't know if this 500 grams of silicone is going to be enough. I may have to do more. Okay, so from what you can see, 500 grams did not do the job. So now I've got to make up another batch. You can also see these bubbles over in the corner, and I'm just going to give them a quick bit of heat with the heat gun, just to pop the bubbles. Now I'm going to make up the next batch and pour it in over the top. All right, so I've made up another batch. It's slightly different color, but it should work the same. Hopefully this is enough. This is 700 grams. So in total it's 1.2 kilograms. I hope this is enough. All the edges seem to be getting filled in, which is great to see. I'm just got to go over this in the center. The great part about this is the silicone doesn't need to be too thick. It can be quite thin. It's only got to hold back a liquid base. So this is taken 500 grams and then 700 grams. So we're talking about 1200 grams of silicone rubber. And I'm hoping it's gone down on all sides. Otherwise, this is going to turn out horrible. I'm just going to pop all these bubbles with my, my heat gun. Hopefully it will self-level. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to wait until tomorrow afternoon to unmold this because I really want it to set and I don't want it to be any liquid down the edges. So I'll come back when this is finished. Okay, so it's the next morning and I've unmolded this partially. I still haven't fully taken it off, but you can see here in the background the Lego. This is the sticky tape that I taped all the Lego together. What I would do differently is probably just have each side as one block and then glue it together in the corners, because what I've had to do is take this side off brick by brick so then I could slide it out. So that was hugged around like that, and I had to take this side here off so I could slip this out like so, and it was painstaking, brick by brick, each one of these at a time with a knife, because there's no other way of doing it because they're all stuck together. So underneath here is the slab. This looks really good. I'm really happy so far with how this has come out. I'm just about to take this off, so let's it's looking good. Oh yeah. Wow, that's heavy. Oh my god, that's heavy. It works. Yes. Looks good too. Oh yeah. So this should hold around about 4 to 5 kilograms, I think, up to where the soap is meant to go in. To give you an idea, this is a bar of soap, so you know it doesn't go all the way to the top. I should be able to get 4 loaves each way. So if that was the calculations that I was going to cover it all up, I'd be looking at 5 to 6 kilograms now for filling this slab. So hopefully you'll see this in my next cold process video. Thanks for watching. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.